Oh hey, I'm Digi. Say, do you like weird fantasy? Well, here's 7 more weird games you can play for free or name your own price. Let's check them out right now. We're coming out swinging this time, people. This is Illusion Carnival. I really enjoyed this game. It's like a mix of the Amazing Digital Circus and Undertale. We play a lost soul who regains consciousness in this strange carnival world called Confettia. These 2 people with horns greet us at the door. After turning us into a paper hat, we're treated to the cinematic of us entering the carnival world proper. So this is us. We're a colorless paper person in a sweet, sugary, bizarre carnival world. We have to figure out what's happened to us and how to escape, making friends where we can and avoiding enemies where we can't. The actual combat in this game isn't anything particularly special. You can dash for a moment of invincibility, and you can charge up a sort of shockwave attack to fight off enemies. It manages to be fairly challenging at times, like this gauntlet they put you through early in the game. You've also got stores where you can buy healing items as well as treasure chests. The game mostly involves talking to threatening characters with wacky dialogue and solving puzzles as you try to work your way through the carnival to the other side. The dialogue can be a little bit wacky, silly, in that cringy anime kind of way, but it didn't bug me. The game took me about 2 hours to finish, and I do highly recommend it. Currently, this is the first episode, so I'm really looking forward to whether or not they continue the game. Next up, Withered. This one feels like a bit of a proof of concept or an engine from which the dev could make a fully fleshed out campaign. We wake up in this dungeon and we need to get out. All around are weapons and items we can use to defend ourselves with. From the absolute army of skeletons all over the dang place. E is right grab and Q is left grab. Items in our right hand can be used as slashing weapons, while those in our left hand are used as throwing weapons. We also have to contend with torches we need either to light our own way or to burn down obstacles like this boarded up doorway. There's plenty to explore here, with the ultimate goal of finding your way out of the dungeon. The combat's fairly simple. Just bait out an attack, step back in and strike. These skeletons seem to get right back up after you beat them, but on occasion they completely break up. I'm not sure if this is influenced by what you use to kill them or what. Knowing that in D&D you're supposed to use blunt weapons, so maybe it's related to that? Check this out if you enjoy the aesthetic or if you like the concept. Next is A Butterfly. This game was made by the same dev as Blue Suburbia from the previous Weird Fantasy video. This one isn't quite as wild, but I'd say it has similar hallmarks. You got cryptic monologues, mini-games that recall old Atari 2600 games, and 3D segments in bizarre environments. It's a little less clear what's going on in this one, but it seems like another cerebral inner journey of some kind. Unlike Blue Suburbia, we eventually get the chance to play in butterfly form, allowing us to fly. Wow. Keep in mind this game tends to be kinda loud, but there's not quite as much to trigger photosensitivity this time. I'd say check this one out if you're into art pieces that take the form of video games. Franzen. This is the first of 2 actual honest-to-goodness RPG games in this video. This game is also on Steam, but you must have the Easy RPG Player program in order to play it correctly. Since this game was made in RPG Maker 2000 or 2003 version, if you don't have the player, the buttons won't map properly and you won't be able to move. Anyway, I included this game because of the aesthetics. One of the comments wonders why there's an Mpreg lizard in the title page. The game's lore mentions something simply called the Scream, some kind of cataclysmic event that began to turn people into monsters with something called the Darkness. In a way, it kinda reminds me of Death Stranding. The game begins on an airship. Franz and his wife Lefsa are 2 demi-humans, I suppose. They're married and they live on the ship while they do meteorological research. We get attacked by flying monsters and we're forced to land at the nearest city dock where we get impounded due to high fees. As it turns out, an authoritarian organization simply known as the Treasury appears to have taken over the whole place. Currently, they're worried about a murderer going around, and the various races of demi-humans are all pointing fingers at each other. We've got the Narians, the Small Folk, Metal Men, Gallons, among others. This game is very clearly graphically influenced by Final Fantasy VI, as you can see both inside and outside a battle. The battle mechanics are fairly basic, but it uses items called Demon Cores to add to your stats, so there's no real reason to fight if you can help it, kinda like Fear and Hunger. I've read this game as mostly plot railroading, but I did enjoy the first 90 minutes or so. I'd say check it out if you're between RPGs and want something shorter to play for now. Days of Saturn. This one is actually quite short, but it's another one of those, hey, this is kind of neat looking type of games I can't help but include in my videos. This one has us play the role of a worshipper of some kind of deity simply called the Mistress. One of our order is going to be picked to be the Servant, which means working on our stats. This game actually has a few different endings based on which stats you decide to work on. We accomplish this by doing various tasks like gardening or cleaning the house. After a few days of this, you get the ending and you can try again if you want. There's not a lot to this one, but I got at least 15 minutes of entertainment out of it, so check it out. Blue Wyrm. Here's another first-person hack-and-slash type of game, except this time the aesthetics are even cooler. The cryptic intro screen seems to imply we're looking for a lost love after a long journey. We venture into a tower of sorts where we meet all kinds of monsters to fight, such as these mannequin-like guys, these eyeball things that shoot, and ghosts. Since our only option is to fight with our sword, we have to get good at evasion. You can slash horizontally, vertically, and stab. As you do all three to an enemy, you get some of your health back. As represented by this piece of paper that burns down the more health we lose. These diamond-looking doors actually have to be stabbed at the precise correct time as your weapon blinks when you hold down the attack buttons. It took me a while to figure it out. This game is a little bit longer as seen in this hub room sort of area where various paths are locked behind keyed doors. I did enjoy this one, as it's fairly challenging, as there's platforming and plenty of enemies to fight all at once. But it does get repetitive eventually. I think if they expanded this concept with maybe a crossbow or even some magic attacks, the game could be pretty good. Last game for this video, Grimm's Hollow. Imagine the promised Neverland, except instead of orphans, you're a bunch of little baby Grim Reapers. That's basically what you get in the second actual RPG we have in this video. Again, you need to have the easy RPG player to get this game to work properly. We wake up in a bed in a big room and we get greeted by a bunch of little Reaper guys. This guy, the actual Grim Reaper I suppose, lets us know that unfortunately we died at some point. Not believing what's going on, we try to escape through the caves to the west, and here's where we're introduced to the combat. As you can tell, this game has a bit of that Undertale aesthetic going on, as well as an influence on its battle mechanics. Your ability to hit enemies or avoid enemy attacks relies on your reflexes, as you actually have to hit the down button at the right time, not A or anything else. We have basic types of ghosts for enemies, as well as healers and tanks that protect the rest of the enemy party. Like some of the Yakuza series, it's crucial that you'll level up as quickly as possible, because you're barely going to be able to survive without putting points into this advancement chart that almost kinda sorta reminds me of a dumbed down sphere grid from Final Fantasy X. Having done that though, it's not too hard to get by in the game. We find out that our basic job as a Reaperling is to send as many ghosts as we can to the afterlife proper by relieving them of their excess energy. That is until we find our own little brother, who's also become a ghost. Not wanting to send him along to the afterlife, we decide to hide him while we try to figure out what's going on and what we can do about the situation. Overall, I found this game to be pretty charming. I'm not sure how long it takes to finish the game, but maybe check it out if you're into the look. Alright, that's it for now. Hey, want to see me play weird and unique games live? Consider checking me out on Twitch sometime. I stream a few times a week on Eastern American time. Hey, do you know a weird game I might want to check out? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, until next time.